'Tis the season to be jolly, and if you're Minnehaha Academy, you have lots of reasons to be merry, including a Class 2A state championship last March. They're looking to repeat that feat, but in order to do so, they'll have to get through the Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs, the next stop in the 2019-2020 campaign. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Beaton, all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. Minnehaha Academy, winners of 5 straight. After dropping 2 in a row to Mare Lutheran, a top team in Class A, and Holy Angels, a regular state tournament participant in Class 3A. Minnehaha Academy, a lot of sharpshooters in the lineup, including number 1 and number 2 in the state. Mia Curtis, 33 triples. Tanna Gallo, 32 triples. Mia Curtis made a splash at the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic, scoring 42, her first 40-point game ever, against Sauk Center, a triple overtime win. Sauk Center, the number 1 team at the time, still number 1. And a reminder that Minnehaha Academy isn't going anywhere. She's still looking for a college. Her teammate Tanna Gallo has found one, Waldorf. Gallo's really come on strong behind the arc over the last few games, including a season-high 8 triples over Minneapolis Edison. And one of the role players to keep an eye on is Kate Pryor. She is a Division I softball commit headed to Boston University, but plays really well on the basketball court too. Maranatha Christian Academy, last time we covered them, we talked about the retooling, rebranding, rebuilding. It's been a rough start. They have played a really tough schedule, including Mare Lutheran, Holy Family Catholic, so a lot of top-tier teams. That schedule won't get any easier at the turn of the calendar year. They play Holy Angels and Minnehaha Academy, one of the perennials in Class 2A. A couple of players to keep an eye on, of course, Chloe Jarnot, the youngest of the Jarnot sisters, averaging 12 per game. Elena Erickson had a double-double against Holy Family Catholic, one of the top rebounding presences for the Mustangs. And Demaiyah Hill has come on strong over the last few games, did not score in the season opener against Providence Academy. Since then, 3 games with double digits. Maranatha Christian Academy, Jim Hammond told me, is in for a tough one tonight, but he feels this tough non-conference slate will help them pick up some wins when Skyline Conference play begins. We'll be back to tip off this matchup. You're watching high school girls basketball. Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes, from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves. Holloman, good if it goes. Yes! Game winners. James, she's in trouble. Finds James, toss shot, it goes in! And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Let's put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching. Bergstrom Court, the home of Minnehaha Academy, and that's where we are tonight. Mike Beaton here. This should be an interesting game. Class A and 2A, I've noted this in the past. Things can get a little weird. Jim Hammond feels this will be a tough one. He's hoping Maranatha can stick around. But he mentioned they went up 11 points over Mare Lutheran, one of the top 10 teams in Class A, so who knows what will happen tonight. And Minnehaha Academy had a terrific start to the season. Some folks thought they might not be in the conversation, but then a triple overtime win over Sauk Center, the current number 1 team in Class 2A, changed all of that. Redhawks 7-2. They've won 5 straight. Maranatha 2-4. If you look at the QRF rankings, the first set of numbers have come out. Minnehaha trails New Life Academy. That will change. Same in 5-2A. Rockford number 1 with a 7-1 mark. Providence Academy not far behind. That's a team to keep an eye on. Chloe Jarnot leading the way for the Mustangs, 12.3 points per game. Let's take a look at the starting 5. Maranatha, a minor change from our last visit. It's Audrey Daler, number 2. Demaiyah Hill, number 3. Aaliyah White, number 11. Chloe Jarnot, number 12. And Elena Erickson, number 32. Minnehaha Academy, they'll start Talia Graham, number 2. Mia Curtis, number 5. Minnehaha's all-time leading scorer. Tessa Liner, number 11. Tanna Gallo, number 13, the Waldorf commit. And Kate Pryor, number 23, the Boston University commit for softball. Minnehaha Academy, led by Matt Pryor in his second season with the Redhawks, his third season overall as a coach, took Concordia Academy to the section final, lost to Minnehaha that year. Then it was Josh Thorough, the athletic director and former coach, who said it's time to come home. Matt Pryor wasn't sure at first, but he doesn't regret it now. Redhawks all over the boards to start. Can't cash in there. Erickson to Jarnot. Jarnot backs out. Here's Demaiyah Hill. She's been averaging 10 points per game over the last 5 games. 12, I should say, if you take away that 0 against Providence Academy. And she gets on the board here with the layup. So 10 points overall, again 12. That's not much of a change if you look at the overall picture, but goes to show you, take away that 0 for Demaiyah Hill's had a nice stretch of games to start the season. So is Tanna Gallo. She's been one of the pleasant surprises for the Redhawks. Right behind Mia Curtis, 33 and 32 respectively in 3-point field goals. Mia Curtis looking for 34. Won't get it there. Chloe Jarnot with the board, the youngest of the Jarnot sisters, launches the 3 and connects. And it's the Mustangs with the first punch. They're up 5-0. Gallo to Telia Graham. Graham drives, can't get the bank. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Jarnot. 3 on the way. Bullseye. Audrey Daler, 3-ball corner pocket. And the Mustangs on a quick start, 8-0. Jim Hammond told me they were up 11 on Mare Lutheran. And this team, they can get off to quick starts. Closing out has been a little more difficult, but as the season moves along, this team is gelling. That will be a turnover on Kate Pryor, stepped on the baseline. As you know, no JV team this year as they look to rebuild their ranks, but Jim Hammond, he knows how to cultivate a program. Those 2 state tournament championships. And that will not go on Malia White's highlight reel at the end of the season. She's a 7th grader. Not an easy environment to start on varsity as a 7th grader, but Malia White hit 4 triples the last time we saw Maranatha play. So she has no fear of the varsity environment, and she'll have plenty of time to fine-tune her game. And that's the exciting thing if you're a Maranatha fan. Kate Pryor wants the 3-ball. She's short. Another rebound for Chloe Jarnot. Chloe doing a little bit of everything. Her sisters, you can find them playing for the Fighting Hawks at North Dakota. Three on the way. Swish! Audrey Daler, 2 triples. And the Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs with an 11-0 lead over Minnehaha Academy. That's enough to get Matt Pryor to call a timeout. Now, looking at Maranatha's schedule, they picked up their first win over the year of the season against Blake, lost to Mare Lutheran. Again, they got up early. That one got away from them. Watertown Mare, there's another Sinano. Monica, as you know, going to Iowa. Picked up a win last night over Minneapolis Washburn. They'll start the calendar year with a back-to-back, much like this set. Holy Angels and St. Charles. And a lot of road games as the Skyline Conference play continues. And then they will have a doubleheader with Minneapolis North. That one, I'm not sure what to expect there. And traditionally, they will have the rivalry with Mountain Iron Buell on February 15th. That's always a fun one. So Maranatha Christian Academy, a lot of tough opponents. Mountain Iron Buell seems to be their biggest rival. And Jim Hammond, he likes what he's seen out of this group, even though it's been a rough go at times. He told me when he was hired, he didn't know that several players had transferred, but As the saying goes, when you've got lemons, make lemonade. Mia Curtis gets the Plinko bounce. And that gets Minnehaha Academy on the board. The Redhawks, no stranger to this kind of adversity as they bring the pressure. They get the jump, Maranatha with the arrow. No stranger to adversity. They trail by 19 to Sauk Center before coming back and winning in triple overtime. 89-86 was the final, but they trailed 30-11 at one point. Mustangs in a bit of a jam. Demaiyah Hill bounces it off of Graham. Audrey Daler averaging 5.3 a game. Off to a quick start here. Jarnot, the runner. Off the heel, rebound. Just a liner, and it goes right into Elena Erickson's hands. Looking to thread the needle underneath. Daler in trouble. And Mia Curtis, who leads the state in steals and assists and three-point field goals. She got the strip there. There's Gallo. Her three doesn't land. Jarnot with the board. Mustangs looking to push, and Malia White lost her footing. Didn't haul in that pass cleanly. And I see Chet Holmgren and Jalen Suggs, the Minnehaha Academy boys team in attendance. You probably have heard about them. They've got that meeting with Sierra Canyon on January 4th. ESPN will televise it. That game will be held at the Target Center. The Red Hot girls got to play at Target Center a couple of seasons ago as they had to play a season away from home. As the school recovered from that explosion, Mia Curtis finding her rhythm. The first three-pointer of the game, number 34 of the season. Audrey Daler had nowhere to go, bounces it into the hands of Kate Pryor. Kate, the youngest of the Pryor clan. The southpaw for three. Pure. Mia Curtis, 35 three-pointers. I'm going to have a lot of fun keeping track of that throughout the season. Maranatha wanted to push. They were not in sync. And the Redhawks have a chance to tie it. Pryor steps into a three. A little bit of a heat check, wasn't it? Erickson with the rebound. Minnehaha, small team, so Erickson figures to have an advantage on the boards. Demaiyah Hill coughs it up. Graham with the steal. Curtis, look out. You know she'll launch it. I was joking with Nicole Nipper as Maranatha almost turns it over. That we'd see a lot of inside penetration, a bunch of layups in a matchup like this, and we both laughed. Because when you have two sharpshooters like Minnehaha does, you're going to space the floor. And I mean space it. Entry pass into traffic. Chloe Jarnot scoops it up. Let's see if Maranatha can settle things down. Erickson through the hole, high off the window. Jenica Suggs in the game for the Redhawks. Minnehaha ball. And the Mustangs making some substitutions as well. Autumn and Abby Lenari. Redhawks in transition, they had a look. They back off. Deep three for Mia Curtis, bullseye. And Mia Curtis ties the game by herself. All 11 of Minnehaha's points. Well, we know she can score. Malia White, she can hit threes if she finds a rhythm. Shooting free throws will be Abby Lenari. Autumn, the 8th grader. Abby, the senior. Abigail Lenari on the season. 4.5 points per game, 5.2 rebounds. struggled a bit at the line in the Providence game. Splits here. Timeout, Maranatha. They do retake the lead, but Mia Curtis, as we said, can put up points and do so in a hurry. Mia Curtis, not only does she lead the state in several categories, 3-point field goals, assists, and steals, in the scoring race, she ranks 8th. Now, will she have enough to catch Adalia McKenzie? I don't know, but you don't really need to when you've got options like Kate Pryor and Tanna Gallo. Mia Curtis, 3 triples already. That puts her up to 36, in case you were wondering. Still looking for college options. Some Ivy League schools, a few D2s are taking a look at her. She's fluent in Spanish. Several Minnehaha Academy students went to a Spanish immersion school, and her stepfather, Tremont Van Leer, told me many of them are fluent by 4th grade, so a lot of the Minnehaha athletes can talk to each other in Spanish. Matt Pryor calls her a crafty guard who will attack off the dribble or shoot from 25 feet. One of the best scorers in 2A, also plays volleyball and track. One of the darlings. Really fun to watch. And Minnehaha's all-time leading scorer broke the record on Monday. Minnehaha takes the lead. That's Barrett Parton, number 12. And Minnehaha using the 3-point stroke to their advantage. That's the 4th triple. Jenica Suggs with the steal. Autumn Lenari almost got it back. That's a battle of 8th graders there. Jenica, the younger sister of Jalen. If you don't know who Jalen is, look him up. Because about the only way you wouldn't know who he is if you're living under a rock. Mia Curtis to Pryor for 3. Minnehaha in a little bit of a funk, I should say Maranatha shooting-wise. Haven't made a field goal since that 11-0 start. But you've got to get around that Minnehaha pressure, and that is not easy. Jarnot to Hill. 10:38 to go. Hill sees a lane through traffic, and Lenari was there. Didn't recognize what the ball was. Let's see what Mia Curtis does. Step back 3. A little James Harden flair. James Harden is her favorite player, and Matt Pryor told me as a result he has watched more Houston Rockets video than he cares to admit. The Lenari sisters hook up. Baseline J does not drop. Redhawks with a 5-point lead. And free throws will be coming for Kate Pryor. It's been a battle of runs, a tale of 2 runs here. Redhawks trailed 11-0. Since then, a 17-1 advantage. Kate Pryor going to play softball at Boston University. Recovered from shoulder surgery, missed the first half of last season. Her favorite restaurant is Punch Pizza. Also plays on the volleyball team. And if you watched my long-form interview with Matt Pryor, part of my Mic'd Up Sports talk show series, he said Kate just might be the most athletic of the family. Chloe Jarnot, no lack of athleticism on her end. And she makes Minnehaha pay for those missed free throws. And that ends Maranatha's field goal drought. Look out, it's Mia Curtis. 4 threes already. Chloe Jarnot has 2. Malia White inside, and she'll shoot 2. Malia White, circumstances helped her get a starting spot on this Maranatha team, but it didn't take her long to get settled in. She scored pretty quickly in the Providence Academy game, so any butterflies with being a 7th grader playing varsity went out the window. And I imagine for Malia White, there will be a lot of growing pains this season, but it's going to make her a much sharper player for next year. Not too dissimilar to Como Park, who started young, had a lot of 8th graders that are now sophomores and juniors, and
help develop them into one of the top teams in Class 3A. We'll be covering them soon when they host Madison East. And here is Mia Curtis weaving through traffic. No good. Tessa Liner with the O-board. Maranatha got a hand on it. Graham with the save. Mia Curtis, 3-ball. Rims out. Liner controlling the glass. Curtis through the hole. That did everything but go in. 9:05 left in the first half. Linari having trouble. Gets back on her feet. 3 on the way. Taylor can't get it to drop. Autumn Linari with the rebound. That was close to a carry. That was a really high dribble. But she kicks back out to Chloe Jarnot for a reset. Chloe Jarnot, the freshman, played varsity time last year. Taylor for 3. This time drills it. Her 3rd triple. And the sophomore gives Maranatha the lead back, 19-17. Pryor, side fade. No good. Rebound, Abby Linari. And after Maranatha went through some bumps of their own, they've settled things down. Have responded to that Minnehaha press. Jarnot, the kick out. Autumn Linari missed everything. Abby Linari will save it, but has nowhere to go. Somehow gets it out. They avoid a jump ball. That would have given Minnehaha the ball, and Autumn Linari will shoot free throws out of it. Mustangs with 10 players on the varsity roster, and as we said, I imagine they'll build their ranks back up in future seasons. Autumn averaging 3.5 points per game. There was a lot of optimism heading into the year for this Maranatha program. Linari missing the front end. A back and forth game. An 11-0 run to start from the Mustangs. Substitution coming in. That is number 23, Kayla Griffin. 11-0 run for Maranatha. Minnehaha responds with a 17-1 run. Maranatha has scored the last 8. Gallo short on the layup. Mia Curtis too strong on the recovery. Jenica Suggs gets the O-board. Here's Mia Curtis. Griffin, that was Erickson who may have gotten a piece of it. Curtis gets her own rebound though. Jenica Suggs for 3, short. And that will be Minnehaha ball. Mia Curtis, 3-ball. Over the backboard, so a dead ball rebound to the Mustangs. Maranatha moving it quickly, and Griffin gets her own miss, throws it back up, and rattles it in. A 10-0 run now for the Mustangs. And that'll be a foul on Demaiyah Hill. She tried to get the strip from Mia Curtis. That will be the first personal on Demaiyah. And if you're the Redhawks, difficulty so far getting folks outside of Mia Curtis involved offensively. Tanna Gallo, one of those figures who can rack up points. That's her first triple, and it's a 2-point game. Redhawks bring the pressure. Demaiyah Hill breaks it. That leaves Daylor open for 3. Off the rim, no good, and Tanna Gallo with the rebound. Tanna's father, the team photographer, told me he's not sure what he'll do next year. Entry feed to Kate Pryor and 1. Kate broke open and gets on the board. We should know Kate scored 20 in the win over Sauk Center. She's had 3 games with 20 or more this season. Averaging 13.4. Completes the 3-point play there to give Minnehaha the lead again. 3.8 rebounds and 3.8 steals. Kay Pryor in the top 10, I believe, in steals as a result. Jenica Suggs with a strip. It's been a yo-yo kind of game. Mia Curtis, another step back. Jenica Suggs with the rebound and the putback. And now the rest of the Redhawks are getting involved. That could spell trouble for Maranatha. Backcourt violation. 5:45 to go, 25-22. On the surface, this may not be the most exciting game of the night. Again, on the surface, that's an offensive foul on Mia Curtis, trying to plead her case. But when you look at the history of Minnehaha and Maranatha with renewed vigor, with Jim Hammond returning, Hill with a pump fake, drives, no good. Minnehaha looking to push. Curtis. That was a tough shot there. Didn't have anywhere to go after she used up the dribble. Oh, that's dangerous. And now Mia Curtis has a lane to the bucket and a trailer. So Curtis won't get the field goal there, but Telia Graham will. And another pair of second chance points. One-on-one, Erickson will beat Mia Curtis. And that gets Elena on the board. 27-24. We know Minnehaha, they can score. They've had 3 games in the 80s this season and another offensive foul, this time on Tanna Gallo. Maranatha, their season a little more up and down. Again, coming off a 17-point win over Minneapolis Washburn, 57-40 there. And they start the calendar year with Holy Angels. They'll go on break for the holidays. And a warning issued to the Minnehaha bench. I'm not sure what was said, but the officials issuing a bench warning. Akin to a yellow card in soccer. A caution. Close game, though. Jump ball. Minnehaha with the arrow that time. Redhawks, we noted Maranatha's tough schedule. They have a few more tough opponents of their own. Como Park in January. They'll continue the De La Salle series, and Providence Academy, a team to watch in the IMAC. We covered them in the season opener. They beat Maranatha, and they're 7-3. A team you cannot underestimate. So that could be a fun one. Jenica Suggs turnaround, no good. Elena Erickson couldn't control it. Telia Graham runs out of real estate. 3:50 to go in the first half. 27-24, our score. In a game that's been neck and neck. A series of runs. Autumn Lenari against Suggs. Mia Curtis with a deflection. Timeout. Maranatha. They'll have 3 remaining. 3:44 left in the first half. We have a couple more games on the slate for the calendar year. If you're watching this on YouTube, our next game in sequential order will be St. Louis Park in Minnetonka. Latoya Turk will be with me for that one. Right now she's cheering on her daughter. And then Madison East Como Park. January, tough to say right now. We've had to make a few changes due to some unforeseen developments in the 2019-2020 season. In the breakdown book, which I've been reading extensively, they said Minnehaha was the favorite to come out of 4-2A. Matt Pryor said a lot of people may write us off based on what we lost from last year due to graduation. And he also said, or Nicole Nipper, I should say, his assistant, who was a former athlete for the Redhawks, and Matt as well, you beat Sauk Center, you're on cloud 9, you feel real confident about repeating as state champions, and then Mare Lutheran with a gut punch, and then Holy Angels ran the Redhawks out of the building, 97-55, a game where Frankie Vassalero scored a 1,000-point. And both likened it to a slice of humble pie, a reminder that there's a long way to go. Titles aren't won in December. And the Redhawks seem to have understood that message. 2 of them hit the floor, and Chloe Jarnot drains the 3. Her 3rd tray, and we're tied again, 27-27. Maranatha, they've been sluggish at times, but they're showing a lot of growth from that first game. Kate Pryor for 3. Off the heel, Chloe Jarnot with the board. You know, Matt Pryor promoted this as a big game, and Matt, one of the kindest people. Kindness would be the one-word summary I would describe for him, because he can find something nice to say about everybody. His own players, his opponents. A fan of basketball, wants to grow the game. He was a basketball and baseball athlete here at Minnehaha Academy. Went to Bethel to play baseball, and his career ended prematurely with Tommy John surgery. And if you watch that interview I had with Matt Pryor, that surgery laid the groundwork for him to take up coaching. And the year before he joined Minnehaha, he had a chance to see them in action. Of course, he played against them twice and thought to himself, I'm not sure. But he found a way to make it work, and look what's happened. Tanna Gallo with a deep 3. And it also put him back in contact with one of his friends and mentors, Josh Thorough. 30-27. Back and forth this game goes. Chloe Jarnot, Euro step, foul before the shot. Last to give for Minnehaha Academy. And there you see on one of the scoreboards the banner for their football state championship in 2018, part of the SMB co-op. The 2018 and 2019 championship banners have not been placed in the rafters yet, but trust us, they've got them. Pressure up top results in a steal. Mia Curtis brings it up through the hole. And the crafty lefty has a chance for 3. I hadn't heard from her in a while, but always in position to score. Mia Curtis, 20 points or more in 7 of Minnehaha's 9 games this season, including 3 straight. In the win over Columbia Heights, where she broke the all-time scoring record at Minnehaha Academy. She had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. And she's up to 17 here. 33-27, but if the first half is any indication, not an insurmountable margin for the Mustangs. Elena Erickson can't hit the 3. Kate Pryor hit the deck while that was going on. Bodies are flying everywhere. Curtis sees a lane. Had a tough angle underneath, saves it. Pryor I should say Jenica Suggs will drive and shoot 2. Jenica averaging 3.6 points per game. Coming off the bench, 6.7 rebounds and 2.4 steals. Her time is just beginning. So as Jalen moves off to wherever he ends up, one of those multi-sport athletes who probably would have a career in the NFL if he wanted, or NBA. There'll be another Suggs to keep an eye on, and Larry spends a lot of time here developing both the boys and girls teams. Fun story, I once confused him for Avery Newsdad, and Larry, being the character he is, had fun with it. Mia Curtis with the steal. Big chance for the Redhawks to pick up some momentum. Kate Pryor for 3. Pure. And that's enough to get Maranatha to call timeout. 1:05 left in the first half, and the Redhawks build their lead to 10, their largest. And Jim Hammond sensing a danger zone here. Minnehaha getting it done from outside. Tanna Gallo with a couple of trays. Kate Pryor, that was her first 3-pointer. Barrett Barton has 1. Mia Curtis has 4. And by my math, that is 8 3-pointers. But when you have number 1 and number 2 in the state in that category, you will fire away. Minnehaha Academy taking a look at their schedule. And if you're wondering on the part of Kate Pryor, she's not that far behind Curtis and Gallo. She has 21 triples now when you add that one. Redhawks, they will take the holidays off as well. They'll resume play January 3rd on the road at St. Anthony, and then they'll begin conference play. The Providence Academy series will be the one to watch. They also will have a rematch with Caledonia on the road on January 17th. Another steal for Mia Curtis, and she'll shoot 2. The Como Park one, that should be a lot of fun. They'll go to STMA, known as St. Michael Albertville, in the community clash. And then in February, continue a pair of their rivalry series, St. Louis Park and De La Salle. St. Louis Park on Valentine's Day. De La Salle to end the regular season. Mia Curtis, 6.2 assists per game, 6.7 steals. I'd love to tell you what her free throw percentage is, but those numbers aren't available, but the way she shoots, I'm sure it's up there. Redhawks with a 12-point lead. A 12-0 run after the Mustangs tied it up. Abby Lenari can't give him a 3. And the offensive rebound ends up into the hands of Barrett Parton. Mia Curtis lost the handle, regains it. Minnehaha may hold for the final shot. And Mia Curtis pulls out. That's what she'll do. No shot clock, so you can do that. And with her agility, she'll shoot the step-back 3. No good. And Barrett Parton over-pursued. Will they count it? Won't matter. Didn't go in. But the Redhawks end the first half with a 12-0 run. And even though we are nowhere near 1963, although it is December, Minnehaha is hoping to say, oh, what a night. But we've got 18 more minutes to find out what will happen. And Maranatha, they've shown their might as well, so this game far from over, but a big surge of momentum for the Redhawks with a 39-27 lead at the break. Stick around, you're watching high school girls basketball.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Mike beaten all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory, and plenty of chaos in this one, but of the good variety. 39-27, Minnehaha Academy over Maranatha Christian Academy in a series of runs. Maranatha started the game on an 11-0 run. Minnehaha countered with a 17-1 run. Maranatha scored 10 in a row. And then when the game was tied at 27, Minnehaha scored the last 12 points of the frame. Mia Curtis leading the way with 19 points, 4 3-pointers, which puts her at 37 for the season. And with Sarah Scalia now at the Gophers, there's a good chance Mia Curtis could win the 3-point shootout race this season. But Tanna Gallo not far behind. She has a triple. That brings her to 33. So Mia Curtis getting a little separation, but as the season moves along, I have a feeling those two will battle each other for number 1 and number 2. A good thing to have if you're Minnehaha Academy. Maranatha, Audrey Daler and Chloe Jarnot with 9 each. But this Maranatha team, that was a strong first half. Elena Erickson left alone, 3 no good. Collects her own rebound and will put it in. And Jim Hammond, that positive outlook he exhibits, I've got a feeling goes a long way. Kate Pryor drives and scores. Kate up to 8. Erickson. The long skip. Malia White picks it up. Chloe Jarnot with 3 triples. Her sisters have a lot of history at the school. Jacqueline Jarnot crossed 2,000 points as a senior. Elena Jarnot, the oldest, set the all-time career assist record at Minnesota. Erickson, that's a walk. Took 1 too many steps. Elena, the senior. Kate Pryor will shoot 3 free throws as she was fouled while shooting the 3. Well, it gives us a little time to talk a little more about Kate. We'll soon play softball. Baseball and softball, a big part of the Pryor family. Her older brother Matt, who's coaching, big New York Yankees fan, and not gonna lie, he's excited. Talked about how nasty the New York Yankees roster is going to be, with Garrett Cole signing a free agent deal, a big contract. It's a off-season of big contracts for pitchers. Garrett Cole, Strasburg among them. Kate Pryor knocks down all 3 free throws. But he's a Yankees fan, Derek Jeter. And when Matt and I get together, we can talk baseball and basketball with equal enthusiasm. Kate Pryor, 3-ball, no good, as the Redhawks looking to get some separation. They have a 15-point lead. They want that 3. Gallo, side fade, gets it. The 3rd triple for Tanna Gallo. That's her 35th of the year. 47-29. Demaiyah Hill driving, and she'll shoot 2. Demaiyah Hill, a senior, big fan of the MCU, as she and I have had many discussions about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and not surprisingly was real pleased to find out that Sony and Disney worked out their differences to keep Tom Holland in the MCU. Spider-Man, a popular character for folks of Demaiyah's age around that mark, and I don't blame them. Hill hits both free throws. Puts up to 4. Minnehaha. Outlet, Gallo. Bump by Erickson, we play on. Mia Curtis for 3, short. And the rebound to Abby Lenari. Curtis. I should say Hill. Why am I thinking Curtis? Well, Demaiyah, a big fan of Mia Curtis and her game. And Mia, one of the sentimental favorites in the senior class. May not get the recognition of someone like Paige Beckers or Liza Carlin or NJ Weens, but her scoring, her three-point shooting, and her ability to create in all facets of the game. Big reason why the Redhawks won a state championship, even though she fouled out with 8 minutes to go against Caledonia last year. Another offensive rebound. Kate Pryor knocks down the triple. She's up to 14. Largest lead of the game, Malia White. 3 off the mark. The high carom goes to Gallo. And this is where the Redhawks can put this one away. Mia Curtis will shoot 2. Looking to put this one away, that is. Mia will shoot 2. Two-time All-State player. And Mia Curtis with another 20-point game. That makes it 8 on the season with those free throws. Intercepts the pass. And will shoot 2 more. That will be the 3rd personal foul on Hill. Fine game for Mia Curtis. That's not unusual, though, at Minnehaha Academy, if you follow the girls, as we have over the last few years. School that may not have the headlines that the boys do, but they have that state championship in 2010. They picked another one up last year. One of their former athletes, Nicole Nipper, now coaching alongside Matt Pryor. A lot of alumni like to come back and support this private school located on West River Parkway, west of the Mississippi. You have Sarah Kaminsky, a senior at George Mason. Caitlin Adams, who played D1 at Liberty. Demaiyah Hill, 3 is short. Rachel Hansen and Adams, part of the state championship run from 2010. Maranatha, plenty of history as well. Jenica Suggs on the backdoor play. Maranatha's history. Of course, we had Onyo Simonum with us the last time we covered the Mustangs. One of the legends of those state tournament years. Won 2 in a row. Could have won a 3rd. Didn't work out, but she got to play Division I at Missouri State. Loved that experience. Autumn Lenari, no good. And this is where the Redhawks are displaying their might. They look to be in rhythm. Jenica Suggs missed the layup, but it will stay with the Redhawks. Curtis steps into a 3. Every time she shoots, there's a sense of anticipation. Erickson. Well, Curtis sealed her off. Suggs brings it up to Gallo. Look out. Can't get the bounce, and that will bounce into Gallo's hands. Mia Curtis, oh, she was thinking it. She thought about it. Bounce pass to Suggs, the kick out, 3-ball, corner pocket. Mia Curtis with her 5th triple. Timeout, Maranatha. And Minnehaha making the adjustments here in the second half. We noted at the calendar year, I should note that Maranatha will play in a holiday tournament. I misspoke. It doesn't show up on the hub because those games haven't been played yet, but he feels they'll get another chance at Providence Academy. Minnehaha, we noted some of their key games as we turn the calendar to 2020. The Providence Academy series, that one should be a lot of fun with those two playing pretty closely last year. Como Park, you know they will bring it. That's going to be a battle of speed and agility. St. Louis Park ran them out of the building at the series a year ago. We'll see if the Redhawks can get one back on Valentine's Day. And I see some of the boys players getting into the music. They play a lot of classic tunes here at Minnehaha Academy, one of the staples. 58-31 the score. And it's been all Minnehaha from the tip, or I should say from the start of the second half. School that produces a lot of leaders. Matt Pryor spoke of the faith-based education here in Maranatha. The same, both private Christian schools. Taste of small school ball right here in the Metro. Lenari will shoot 2. Autumn Lenari has yet to score. And finishing up on the Maranatha history, we spoke of the Yosemite legend, Oni Yosemite. What a career she had. Lexi Lee, she was no slouch. And the Jarnots. And some others who were fun to follow, Sammy Payne and Elise Moore. Lenari missing both free throws. Elise Moore, graduated valedictorian, playing Division III at Johns Hopkins. Elise fluent in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Maranatha scores in transition. Kayla Griffin with the bucket. And when you look at this Maranatha team, we'll see what happens the rest of the game, but you saw they played well in the first half. Minnehaha opened the floodgates in the second, but there's a saying in basketball, if you can play 2 complete halves, you can put 2 halves together, that's when things really can take off. And Maranatha, they've got a ways to go, but they showed some signs here in the first half. And as we noted earlier, all of these games against the likes of Providence, Minnehaha Academy, Holy Angels, you know they will bring a challenge. Some of the wins they put together this season. White had a couple of cracks at it, couldn't put it in. When they get to the skyline, they'll get some chances to bolster the resume. Mia Curtis through the hole and in for 2. She's up to 27. Jarnot to Autumn Lenari. Daler lost it, and that will go into the curtain. Lenny Sedgwick almost put herself in the curtain. We should also note Minnehaha Academy will play Lacrosse Aquinas in the Midwest Classic out in Lacrosse. And seeing the way Aquinas plays, that'll be a fun one. Demaiyah Hill through the hole. Can't finish there. As far as conference play goes, New Life Academy could bring a challenge. Mia Curtis. Well, baseline drive didn't work out. Maranatha looking to run. Hill collects the rebound. Jarnot for three. Can't bounce it in. Minneapolis North, they were picked by the breakdown to win Section 5-2A, but it doesn't look that way right now. They have yet to win a game. Trinity, Cristo Rey, Jesuit, so Maranatha, they'll have a chance to pick up some wins in the new skyline. That's a foul on number 12, Barrett Parton. Minneapolis Washburn with Keisha White. A tough assignment there, but the Redhawks, I should say the Mustangs, got the win there. Now, these two schools met several years ago when Josh Thurrow and Chris Bierman were coaching those teams. That's when you had Kaminsky and a young Mia Curtis. Actually, I think Mia, no, she hadn't played yet. And the Jarnots and Elise Moore. Much different story there. Chloe Jarnot saw a lane and will shoot two. Section 5-2A, a wide open one. Rockford making a strong first impression. We know Providence, they're a contender. Holy Family, not to be discounted either. A lot of good teams in that group. Jarnot splits at the line. Maranatha 6-12. Jarnot gets to 10 with that one. That was Penny Sedgwick turning on the Jets. And not the prettiest of runners, but it goes in for Kayla Griffin. She has 6 off the bench. Gallo to Sedgwick. They swing it around. Gallo tried to drive it and instead throws it into the hands of Aaliyah White. That sets up a transition play for Demaiyah Hill. And the Redhawks running into a little bit of a bump here. Maranatha looking to pick up some plays their way. Minnehaha will get out of here with the win with a 26-point margin and 8.5 to play. But as we noted earlier in the season, that's the 4th foul in Demaiyah Hill. In some of our other games, how you play in a situation like this speaks a lot to your character, and that's something coaches are watching as the game unfolds. Minnehaha can speak to this as well with that blowout loss to Holy Angels. How do you play in a game like this? It's easy to show enthusiasm when you're up. Mia Curtis scores down low. But are you playing your sets, running your style when you're trailing by 28? For what it's worth, I haven't seen that problem out of Maranatha. And that isn't helping them. Throwing the ball right into the hands of a Minnehaha player. Here comes Jenica Suggs. The kick out. Telia Graham wants a three. Won't get it. Jarnot. The bounce pass to Lenari. And Autumn Lenari gets on the board. Suggs. Fouled by Abby Lenari. Timeout, Maranatha, their last of the game, 7:28 to go in the second. Redhawks up 64-38. Mia Curtis with 29 points, closing in on what would be her second 30-point game if you count that 42-point effort. Not that she'll need it. On Maranatha's end, Chloe Jarnot with 10 points. When you look at the two teams, you can see Minnehaha has a little more pep in their step just with where the two programs are right now. Maranatha may need a year or two to build their ranks back up, but they've got the pieces in place, as we noted before. And the Redhawks, again, a rocky start. They won their first two games, got that big win over Sauk Center, which put them back on the map in case anyone had written them off after some of the talent they lost to graduation, including Tatum Rhodes and Avery Noon, Nevaeh Galloway. But that win over Sauk Center was a reminder that they can still play. A few more notes on the Minnehaha Academy team since we've got a break. Tanna Gallo, her nickname is BGB.TG1. I have no idea what that is. She also likes to take pictures, does photography for the school yearbook, and I guess I'm not surprised by that with her dad being the team photographer. I guess it runs in the family. Mia Curtis will haul that in the backcourt. Telia Graham likes to paint in her free time. I wonder if she has the Bob Ross technique down. Beats the devil out of it. Puts in some happy little trees. I'm sure there'll be plenty of happy little trees and happy little buckets on the part of Minnehaha Academy, and I better stop myself before I go too far with the Bob Ross references. That's what happens when you binge watch all of his episodes, which are on YouTube. 64-40 our score. Maranatha not going away, and Telia Graham on the baseline. Can't do that, so that's a delay of game warning. I'll have to ask Telia what she likes to paint the next time I do a Minnehaha game. Well, they put the pressure. They've got a 3-on-3. Mia Curtis sets up for another three. Bullseye. Mia Curtis. Smoking. When it comes to three-point shooting, that is. I've got her at 6 triples. Which will put her season total at 39. Now, there may be some fluctuation, as games are played, but between Curtis and Gallo, Curtis will get a little more separation on Tanna. Most teams at the prep level, even in 4A, have usually one three-point shooter. The Redhawks have two who are legit. 67-40, 6:20 to go. Mia Curtis up to 32 with that last three. This time goes inside. And the high-low play to Telia Graham for the finish. Mia Curtis adding to her highlight reel in a big way, just like she did in that triple overtime win over Sauk Center. 69-40. Oh, and they were trailing 11-0 to start. Had to weather some adversity, but they're accustomed to it now. Maranatha, they played well. Demaiyah Hill drains the runner. That puts her up to 8. And as we noted before, Maranatha, they've got some positives to build on, even if the record doesn't show it. Demaiyah Hill, for example, having a nice stretch of games after going scoreless. Whoop, Benny Sedgwick, she knew it as soon as she got it. Unfortunately, you can't do a happy dance at this level. Erickson for 3. Hasn't gotten the long ball to work. Mia Curtis has with 6 3-pointers. And for Minnehaha, if those threes are falling, good things can happen. Tanna Gallo with their 4th. Give the dime to Mia Curtis. I don't know what else there is to say. Mia Curtis putting on a show. And Jim Hammond told me he was hoping to keep it close with Minnehaha, and he did for a half. Second half, things got away. But they're still getting after it. Kayla Griffin stayed with the play till the end and gets a putback bucket out of it. And again, these are the little things. The things you can't measure with stats. How you respond in a situation like this. Mia, an encore? Well, not that time. Guess she can't hit everything. .4:15 to go. Gallo, deep three. Swish. Well, this three-point battle isn't going to go away anytime soon between those two. Curtis with 6, Gallo with 5, and if you're keeping score, Demaiyah Hill fouled by Sedgwick. That will mean free throws for the 5'4" guard. So Curtis has 39, Gallo has 37. And the way these two are playing with a little more than half the regular season to go, there's every reason to believe those two could flirt with the 100 mark. Demaiyah Hill knocks down the front end. Everyone got a little jumpy. And Demaiyah Hill adds another double-digit game to her tally. Again, having a nice stretch of them after going scoreless against Providence Academy. Told me he had to get the jitters out, and unfortunately, that's number 5 for Demaiyah Hill. So she'll finish with 10 points. But has a lot of season to look forward to. And Mia Curtis. Wait, I thought she was fouled. They're going to sub her out. I guess they're going to have Sedgwick shoot the free throws. Either that or I missed something. No, I did. That wasn't on Hill. Apparently, I don't know what I'm seeing, or I'm not paying attention. That was on Griffin. So Curtis, that's why she subbed out. Must have happened away from the ball. 3:30 to go. Mia Curtis will finish with 32 points and 6 3-pointers. Tanna Gallo also on the bench, so she'll finish with 15. All triples, 5 3-pointers today. To follow up on 8 that she had over Edison a little while ago. 2 fantastic shooters for Minnehaha Academy. And the Redhawks will pick up their 6th straight win. Maranatha will regroup. Again, they have a holiday tournament coming up. And Jim Hammond highlighting the small victories. Of course, you like it when you can get the W, but he knew he was in a tough situation when he realized that he had a small roster to work with in terms of the number of players, but he's making the most of what he has. Malia White missing the 3 there. And what you're seeing out of this team, as we noted before, you've got some building blocks to build the program back to its glory days. Malia White, the 7th grader, didn't have the best of games today, but we saw what she could do in that Providence Academy game, and as her stroke, her form sharpens over time, she could be one of the headliners. Chloe Jarnot, she's had a solid freshman season. So some of the deep players going in for Minnehaha Academy. We will try to get names for you as they run out the clock here. And Barrett Parton finishes that play with a layup. So some of the others you're seeing out there, Kaylee Johnson, number 55. Lydia Schrader, number 3. There's Chloe Jarnot missing the three-pointer. And number 31, Maddie Ciccarelli. 3 eighth graders, a lot of youth on this team. .146 to go. Maranatha, they came to play, gave Minnehaha a big push in the first half. Gave them a legit challenge. Minnehaha had the stronger second half. Demaiyah Hill, that's going to be a three-point play chance, so Demaiyah weaving her way in scoring. As we said before, even last year, her first season with the Mustangs, she had glimpses of her potential, and playing well here again. 3 now 4 double-digit games after going scoreless to start the season, so she is working her way up, and I'd like to see where she goes at the end of the season. Well, I might see you tomorrow, actually, because her mother will be calling Minnetonka St. Louis Park with me. That'll be a lot of fun, too. You've got a young Minnetonka team building on that foundation. Desiree Ware, who started at Maranatha as an 8th grader, then moved over. Sophie Hayden, I should say. And several others in that youth movement. St. Louis Park, one of the top-rated juniors in Kendall Coley. Took them a while to get their first win, and that had to come in overtime against Como Park, but now they're starting to find the rhythm. They had a convincing win over Edina. And that'll be a fun Saturday evening contest. Latoya, myself, and Olivia Antilla. If you're watching this, we'll have that one for you. Can't wait to bring it to you as we make a trip out west. Less than a minute to go. Maranatha will come up short today, but and they showed a lot of hustle. They didn't play outside of their element, didn't step away from it, even when Minnehaha built this giant lead. And got a few plays in there. Minnehaha just has a lot of firepower out on the perimeter, as we've seen over the years. And that won't go away anytime soon. They're not done. They want more. Well, they won't get it. .20 seconds to go. And even if this wasn't the closest outcome that some were expecting, always a treat to see Minnehaha play, and fun to see how this Maranatha team has grown as they look to rise again. But the day will belong to Minnehaha Academy. Used a 12-0 run to end the first half and then blew the doors open in the second. One more three-pointer for good measure from Ciccarelli. Maddie Ciccarelli, the 8th grader, gets on the board. 80-49 is the final. The last three-pointer inconsequential as far as the outcome is concerned. But Minnehaha came to play in the second half. Maranatha, they'll regroup. They'll have a couple of chances at the holiday tournament. And Skyline Conference play should give them a chance to continue working on this new foundation. But the day belongs to Minnehaha and the three-point threats known as Mia Curtis and Tanna Gallo. Another 30-point game for Mia Curtis and Tanna Gallo with 15. We'll try to get a word with these two sharpshooters when we return. This is high school girls basketball. The Redhawks win their 6th straight, 80-49.
Joining me are Tanna Gallo and Mia Curtis, who are neck and neck in the state three-point shooting race. Mia, you got a little bit of separation tonight. You hit 6 3-pointers, Tanna hit 5, but coming off last season, you lost a lot to graduation. What does it mean to have 2 sharpshooters on this Redhawks team?
Well, it means a lot because we had a lot of scores that we lost last year, so we had to fill that gap, and me and Tanna had to make up for a lot of it. And then we have Kate, and then we have a couple 8th graders coming in and playing some big minutes, and then Penny, she's a sophomore, so she's playing a lot of big minutes this year too.
You made history earlier this week with the all-time scoring record. And with the state title last year, the scoring record, what does it mean to have a chance to experience all these opportunities and to be a part of history here at Minnehaha Academy?
Means everything. It was always my dream to win a state championship. I've gone to state since 7th grade, but we've lost in the first round almost every time, so finally getting that state championship is just like nothing like it. And I didn't know I was going to be the all-time leading scorer at Minnehaha, but it's an amazing feeling.
I know it happened on Monday, but has that feeling sunk in, and what do you think it says about the work you've put in to become one of the top scorers in the state?
Well, I'm in the gym every day after practice. Like, you just got to keep working, and it just means a lot, so I'm so grateful.
Tanna, 5 3-pointers for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll get any scoring records, at least maybe not the all-time scoring record, but what would you make of your senior season? You've committed to Waldorf, and folks are wondering, what's this Minnehaha team going to look like? And here you are, just knocking down threes and taking names.
I think that we're a very shooting team, yeah, and I think that how we're going to be successful is obviously hitting our threes and transition buckets.
Would you say there's a rivalry between the two of you, because you've been neck and neck all season, and here you are, just 2 triples away from each other? I don't think we've seen anything like it. Usually most teams have 1 sharpshooter, and here you are. This could be a fun race.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun. I mean, we shoot after practice a lot, together, so that shows a lot. But, yeah, we bicker a lot. But it's all fun.
So who would win in a game of horse between the two of you?
Me.
No, me.
Me.
You see what we're talking about with this bickering? Now, with this game, Maranatha got on a hot start, 11-0 run. It was a series of runs. You closed the first half with a 12-0 run, and that carried over into the second half. What adjustments did you make to pull away?
Definitely defense. I just had to get my head in the game second half, because the first half I was kind of floating around, but definitely defense.
Yeah, we just had to stop them and then convert on their turnovers, and we did that, obviously.
And you've won 6 in a row now, coming off a state championship season. One more. We'll finish this up.
Zoom in on him.
What's? Oh, someone's having fun over here. Okay, that's. I think, is that Larry? No, that's.
Kaylee Johnson's dad. Her brother plays on the boys basketball and football team.
Caden?
Yep.
Okay, well, I see everyone's having fun here at Minnehaha. So all that bickering, that's all a farce. They all love each other. But what would you make of this season, being having to defend a state championship, and how has that motivated you to push forward? You had that 2-2 start, now you've won 6 in a row.
It definitely pushes me, because just how amazing the state championship felt last year. I want to end on a win, so.
Yeah, everybody's going to be gunning for us. Everybody's going to give us their best game. So we just know when we're in practice, when we're working, when we're lifting, we have to give it all we got, because everybody wants that spot that we had last year, and we want it too.
All right, you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Well, hi, Mom. Everyone else, sorry, you'll have to wait until next time. No, I tease. Well, congrats on the win. I see, Mia, you've got that James Harden step-back move. We're going to see that double step-back soon, right?
Yes.
And Tanna, I don't know if you embody your game after anyone, but do you have any moves up your sleeve?
I definitely model my game after Stephen Curry.
Okay, James Harden and Steph Curry. No wonder why you shoot so many 3-pointers. Well, we'll see how many more you can knock down as the season moves along. But again, congrats on the win and enjoy the holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Tanna Gallo and Mia Curtis, and you'll have to wait until next time to watch them hit more 3-pointers. But until then, thanks for watching. I'm Mike Peden.